Everyone, a very special video for you today because I'm going to be showing you how to recreate the Burberry Autumn Winter 15 makeup look. Now this is special because brands never normally release any information about anything to do with their show before the show happens, but if you're watching this video as it comes out, it's actually 2 hours before the show even happens. So it's a really very exclusive preview. This just doesn't really happen, so it's very exciting for me. I feel very privileged. Yesterday I went along to Burberry HQ and met Wendy Rowe, who's the makeup artist or makeup designer for Burberry, and this look had literally been decided about 10 to 20 minutes before we got there and sat down. And Burberry looks are always very real and very wearable, and so every season it is the one that I look out for because it's always something that I want to recreate. It's not intimidating and it's not runway led wacky stuff that, you know, you're just never in a million years going to wear. So I really do hope that you enjoy today's tutorial. It's very gorgeous, modern, smoky eye, gorgeous skin, a little bit of a nude lip. Let's go back to the start and see how I did it. Now this look is basically a really wearable and effortless smoky eye, and Wendy had loads of really good tips for this because it's one of those things that everybody wants to do but it can so easily go wrong. And one of the main things that she said was that you need to focus on the lash line and really building up definition there. And then over the lid you don't want anything too heavy or too solid because it can just make you look like you've got two holes in your face, which I thought made a lot of sense. So it's all about really concentrating on building up the liner and the mascara at the base of the lashes. And then she used a cream shadow over the lid, which had a kind of iridescence to it, so it was quite sheer. So it gave the effect of the smoky eye, but it didn't have that depth and harshness. Now, a lot of these products that she used aren't actually out yet because quite often they develop the products and then they kind of get their debut at the show. So I'm going to muddle along with what I have, but thankfully I do have the eyeliner that she used, which is the eyeliner in black, the Effortless eyeliner. And she pushed that into the lash line, top and bottom, quite messily, which is a good job. And I'm going to use a little kind of solid smudger brush here just to push that eyeliner further into the lash line and really smoke it out. And the other thing that Wendy said was when it comes to doing the lower lash line, don't be scared to go lower than you think you should go, because she said a lot of people just do a really mean line like this. And then they just kind of stop, and she said you need to just take it a little bit lower than you think you should, and that's what gives you that really intense smouldering look. And notice that I'm doing eyes first, as recommended by Wendy, so you can make as much mess as you want. And then Wendy used this amazing kind of semi-sheer cream shadow across lids. Complete tease because it's not out yet and I can't get my hands on it. So she showed us this really good trick, and I thought this was really nice because you could do this with pretty much any wet and dry eyeshadow. She used a bit of the Fresh Glow Golden Radiance, which is kind of like a skin primer, and put it on the back of her hand like that. Then she took the applicator for quite a matte black shadow, and then mixed the shadow with the Radiance primer. And it's kind of more of a liquid eyeshadow than a cream eyeshadow really, but it's really beautiful on the lids. Maybe you can see that there. Just instantly forms this smokiness without any need for any hardcore blending or anything like that. It's almost like using an eye gloss, but it's got black pigment in it, so it's a very unusual effect really. And it's just really beautiful and soft. I'm just going to take a fluffier blending brush just to make sure there are no hard edges there. And then using a waterproof eyeliner in grey, Storm Grey this one, just inside the waterline, just so there's no fleshy bit showing. I've gone for a slightly lighter shade than black, just to stop the eye from closing up too much. Wendy used one of the new shades today, which was a really cool green. But this is about the same depth of tone, I'd say. And then Bold Lash Mascara, and this is just going on the very roots of the lashes. Again, it's all about defining the lash line and not about kind of creating heaviness on the lid. So Wendy doesn't like, in this kind of look, to take the lashes very thick or with loads of volume. So it's just really concentrating on the roots. And then just quickly brushing the brows through and filling them in where I need to. I'm using the eyebrow definer. And Wendy said this is not about making the brow heavy. She doesn't like really dense, overly filled in brows. And then onto the skin. Now the skin, to complement the dark eyes or the smoky eyes, is all about warming it up a little bit. Because Wendy said if you have a very cool toned skin, it can all look a little bit too cold. So starting off by using the Fresh Glow in Golden Radiance, just a couple of pumps of that. I'm going to take it all over the skin. I'm using the Fresh Glow foundation, and this is in shade 26, so nice and warm. And I'm only going to use it where I need it, so really more towards the centre of the face, keeping it really, really light. And then in the demo, Wendy used two different shades of concealer. This is the sheer concealer. She used number 2 and number 3. And number 3 is almost quite orangey. It's got a peachy tone to it. And that one is for counteracting blueness under the eyes. And then the number 2 concealer was more for highlighting. So she took it along the cheekbones, a little bit down the centre of the nose. Just in those places where you need a little bit more light. And then a little bit of contouring using the Light Glow Earthy blush. That's in number 7. I'm just taking that underneath the cheekbones. It's a really, really lovely fair shade. So if you're fair to medium, it's perfect kind of effortless, foolproof way of just adding a little bit of colour and contour. And then to finish off the look, obviously the classic nude lipstick. This is one of the Burberry Kisses lipsticks, and this is in Nude Beige, which is number 1. And then patting it in just to matte it down a little bit. And so that is the finished look, just a very modern and non-scary smoky eye with gorgeous glowing skin. I really hope that they don't change the makeup look at the last minute before the show, because I'm going to look very silly. But you can watch the show, they live stream it online, I shall put the link below. Hope that you enjoyed that, and I'll see you in the next video.